Hello, you beautiful people. My name is Davi. I'm joined by Abe and Charlie. Welcome back to another Tony Tuesday.
How you doing?
For our viewers and listeners, we hope you guys are doing well. Just a quick heads up, this episode is also available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, specifically the discussion portion of the show.
And you can have an uncut version as well if you join us on Patreon or become a member here on YouTube. It's $5 a month, and you have to have your own copy of the episode. We give you a countdown. You can follow along with us, and it's a good time.
And y'all, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And also, if you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so that you can be notified for when we have a new upload. Woo! Abe and Charlie, how y'all doing? Chilling. Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
Another Tony Tuesday.
Another
Tuesday. Week.
Oh, was it Wednesday last time?
No, it was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
I saw someone comment Wednesday.
Because they probably watched it on Wednesday.
Hey, man, whenever you watch it, it's Tony any day of the week. It's always appropriate.
And before we get into this episode, Abe, can you read the comments from our previous Tony Tuesday?
Absolutely, I can. First one comes from Deborah Cornell, and it says, Tony B gave us a prime example of self-sabotage on a grand scale, and that teacher referring to AJ as Frito Corleone made me wince. AJ gets on my nerves, but that remark really made me feel sorry for him. He's not the brightest kid, but then again, he doesn't try. He's obnoxious as all get out, but he's not exactly getting the best parenting. Carmela and Tony love him, but they flounder around, not really knowing how to handle him. Makes one worry for his future. Exceptional analysis this week, guys, especially regarding Carmela and Wegler's relationship. Thanks. Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate that comment. This season, I think, has made us analyze the parenting maybe more than any other season, specifically surrounding AJ. You know, we have Meadow kind of completely removed now, being in school and everything. So that has been like the hyper focus of the family dynamic.
Right.
The next one comes from Wang Flop, and it says, the villain has been right under your nose the whole time. Also, trigger warning, the next episode is pretty cringe. We'll be the judge of that. We'll find out how cringe it is. Last one comes from Koi Off Limits, and it says, it might not feel like there's a villain yet, but just wait, the villain will become apparent within a few episodes. Now I'm like racking my brain. I'm like,
I'm trying to connect the dots and see what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
mean, we had said, I think I said that, didn't feel like there was really a villain yet. But you guys mentioned Johnny Sack, so I wonder if it is Johnny Sack or if it's going to be somebody else.
Yeah, to me,
if someone's going to develop and like switch up on it, like someone that we know and love.
The one that makes most sense now kind of is Tony B, because of just like, it almost feels too on the nose of like he was the one shining light of like trying to be straight and narrow, and the flip of his character was super sudden. So we'll see how much more he ends up flipping, I guess, is the way that I'm looking at it. So maybe it's Tony B.
No, that's a good guess.
Again, we'll find out. So appreciate the people being vague in the way that they're, proposing it. Don't want the straight up spoilers.
With that being said, y'all, episode 7, Charlie.
In Camelot, I saw the actress that plays Carmela in like a animal shelter commercial.
Yeah.
If anybody knows what I'm talking about, comment.
Like a recent
She's in
commercial?
I saw it recently. I don't know how old the commercial is, because those commercials always look old. I mean, she looks older than she does in the show in it, but it was like Save the Dogs or something.
Damn.
Yeah.
Tony would have wanted to be. James Gandolfini could have been in that commercial. Yeah. Directed by Steve Buscemi.
Oh.
Fire.
Here we go.
No cheese for Sophia.
Oh, she's still controlling what they eat.
What's this you're watching?
Beethoven.
Oh, the dog? Classic.
Can we get a dog? Please. I'll walk him, and I'll pick up the poo and pee.
Pee? Right. Start with your underwear.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
Remember? Tippy? He got worms, though. Had to move to the country.
Had to move to the country.
Daddy took him to the pound.
Oh, my God, bro. Don't say that for the kids.
Gassed.
And he's so cynical about everything else.
Wait, did he seriously not know?
Oh, my God.
I can't believe he actually didn't know that.
Isn't he the younger child?
I guess.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
What? What's the matter?
Cousin Josephine.
Jesus. Bless you.
I'm sorry, who died?
One of his aunts.
Love the hat, Carmela. It's very
Good job.
Princess Diana of you.
5 hours they let me out for these funerals. I gotta spend it being Magdalene. It's a beautiful day.
Excuse me, I thought you might want to go pay your respects to your brother.
I can pay my respects from the after party.
After party?
Or is it just me? Is there echo in this editing?
I forget what they call it, but that's they layered a different take of audio over it. They do that a lot in this show. A lot.
Excuse me. Hi.
Oh, hello.
You knew my mother?
You're Anthony. Oh, my God.
Do I know you?
Oh, no. No, you're not annoying me.
No.
What?
Do we know each other?
Oh, we met once. I was a friend of your father's.
Friend.
Oh, mistress.
You're the lady from Bamberger's, from the fur department.
Fran Feldstein.
Tony, how you doing?
Yeah.
Man's sweating like
Yeah, like a dog.
crazy.
I miss your father sometimes. It's foolish.
No, don't say that.
No, I was sorry to hear about your mother.
At least she didn't suffer. She made all of us suffer instead. Oh, it was a joke. She made all of us suffer.
This is hard of hearing.
You'll have to forgive me my hearing. The last few years.
How about a hearing aid? I got the little ones now. You can't even see.
I'm too vain. Anyway, Johnny was very proud of you. You were very special to him.
Is he gonna have an affair with this old lady?
No.
Oh no.
What do you need?
Not a thing.
I think this is just serving as like some sort of validation, like someone speaking well of his father besides his mother.
Yeah.
I wanted to propose. I had the ring all picked out.
So what? She turned you down?
I hesitated. How could I bring this life we live on a woman? Anyway, she took it as a sign I wasn't interested. And then one night, we were all at the 500 Club to see Enzo Stuardi. Your father shows up. Side de force suit, 2-inch lapel. That was that. She never knew my feelings. What could I do? For years, I suffered in silence.
I'm also a TV writer, which by default makes me a douchebag, but you would have figured that out for yourselves in a minute.
Oh, TV writer Christopher.
Well, I moved from Jersey to Hollywood, broke into the biz. It was a dream come true. I was making money. I had the Beamer, the actress' girlfriend, drugs, alcohol, that shit practically comes with a writer's guild card. For too long, I discovered heroin.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Christopher's gonna love this guy.
By the grace of God, I got myself into a rehab program in Pennsylvania, and with the help of some good friends that I made there, I got through it. Chris, where are you? There's my man Chris, everybody.
Oh, no way.
Oh, they're friends?
Turns out that they had a thing. Her and my old man. He got from this woman what he couldn't get at home. Support, love, smile when you walk in the fucking door.
Is he gonna use this to...
Justifies his
I was
infidelity.
gonna say.
She drove him into that woman's arms, my mother.
Using this to justify his own infidelity.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, all the years she was rotting in that grave, I can't remember once my mother going to visit him.
It's possible your mother found it very painful.
Oh, poor her.
Yikes.
There I am, comforting my father's mistress. My mother's lying there, dead.
Are you attracted to her?
Come on, she's old enough to be my mother.
There you go.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's an expression. Don't cream yourself.
What the fuck?
I figured, why not move back to Jersey? Clean slate, it's better. My new agent, next week he's got me set up to meet Dick Wolf's guy.
Ooh, Dick Wolf. That's the Law and Order guy.
That Law and Order money? Guy could have his own battleship. Enough of my shit, how are you doing?
Good. Working the program. I had some fucking wine, all right? Is that what you want to hear?
Christopher, when was this?
I don't know. My fiancée was in a car crash. I didn't even like it. I went to a meeting the next day.
No slip since then.
I've been sober and I've been high. Sober's better.
You know you can call me anytime, right?
What do you got, a date?
I gotta meet somebody, a friend.
Go ahead, I'll get this.
Call me, I'm serious.
Doesn't feel like he's like.
Yeah, that look.
Is he trying to get to more funerals so he can get out of the house? Because that would be hilarious.
I thought he was trying to call that lady.
Corrado, what's up?
There's a funeral I need to attend. I want you to call the feds. Vincent Patronella.
Is he a relative? You know the rules.
He's my niece's godfather. I think I met him at a barbecue once for the bicentennial.
I think
Your father used to bring me flowers all the time. Flowers and lingerie.
Yo.
Oh no.
Black beans.
What's this?
Is that the dog? Is that the dog? No, how Tony was talking about how a dog.
The dog.
Freckles. He was a gift from your dad.
What?
Oh.
When? Oh, this is my fucking dog.
Bro, it's a golden. It looks like every other golden.
This was my dog. Name was Tippy.
Your dad never said.
I don't fucking believe this. My mother made him give the dog away. Holy shit, look at Hesh. George Gershwin.
He was a whore master. And sheep. He screwed me out of my retirement money. Against your dad's wishes, by the way.
What are you talking about?
Your dad owned a racetrack. With the midget auto racing.
Yeah, the Chickamauga Raceway over in New Egypt.
And him, Herman, filled something with the hair from New York.
Yeah, Leotardo.
Johnny always told me his piece would go to me. Couldn't put me in his will, obviously. I called Hesh. He sent me $500.
That's it?
I'm sorry.
No, Jesus Christ, I wish you'd called me.
Bruce sends me money occasionally.
Well, that's not the point. My father's wishes.
Forget it. Seriously, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have even brought it up.
Listen, after we eat, you want to take a ride?
I can't tell if this is like him trying to be like his mother's relationship or like something more than that.
Junior, how's he doing?
I don't know if you know it, but he was always a little hot for you.
He was practically a stalker.
Oh my God.
He said he suffered in silence.
Suffered in silence? He used to skulk outside my building all hours. Your wife, what's she like?
I don't know. What's to tell? Good woman, good mother. Marriage hit the rocks, that's all. What are you gonna do?
How about your girlfriend?
She's an art dealer. She's Latin, but, from Spain.
You had to clarify.
But there's nothing you want to talk about? I was honest with you the other night. Well, you're telling me you're not using?
What?
You ran out of IHOP like you were on fire.
Oof.
I was meeting a girl. We were going to the track, the Meadowlands. I didn't want to miss the last race. I am totally clean and sober.
Jesus Christ. I was positive you f***ing slipped.
Thank you, man. I appreciate your concern.
Think he buys that?
Nope.
You take a dime each on the Yankees in St. Louis?
Whoa, high roller.
Just got a $3,000 residual on a That's Life episode.
You're very, I don't know, you got a lot of class.
I don't like this, bro. I swear to God. Oh, they sold it?
Told me to look out for us, so I sent her some money, which is a hell of a lot more than anybody else did.
Oh, then all these years you decided to keep his head for yourself.
Oh, I should give this some trollop, huh? Besides, I thought I had it coming. With Philly Atato in the can for 20 years, who do you think's been running that place? Huh? Collecting the rent, filing the taxes, all that bullshit.
What about my share? All those years I never saw a dime. You're my father's friend, Hesh. My friend.
Oh, I'm such a good friend. How come I never see you?
What? I see you. Fucking busy.
Listen, you want a Zen kid, you got it. It's 25%. The closing is not for 2 weeks. And I would appreciate it if you call Phil Leotardo and tell him he should assume part of that burden.
Look, despite how you feel, my father loved this woman.
She's not such a bad person. But I don't know. Something about her always rubbed me the wrong way.
Maybe because she was rubbing him and not you.
How long you know me, Bub, huh? You're a little pale for my taste.
Mr. Patronello was last week. This is a different one.
I'm telling y'all, bro. He's just trying to get out.
Well, people die, Counselor. The deceased in question now, Mrs. Crilly, was the sister of Mr. Soprano's cousin by marriage. So she's not a blood relative per se. Are we quibbling now? For God's sake, the man wants to pay his respects. Well, perhaps my next call should be to Judge Runyons. Get him involved. 5 hours. It's not a Hawaiian vacation. He'll attend the church service, then pay his respects to the family afterwards. Thank you, Counselor.
Bro, this is hilarious. Imagine just like stalking the news for funerals and be like, oh shit, I can go to this one.
You're worth every fucking cent.
They're gonna have Scottish bagpipes at the funeral. It should be interesting.
This is his source of entertainment now.
I mean, to be honest, if you're stuck in a house all day, every day.
Remind me to send Jeter a dozen roses.
Want to parlay it?
I was thinking I'd go check out that Indian casino, play some poker.
You want in a real game, I'll hook you up. High stakes, exclusive clientele.
Playing cards, games of chance. I never really dug it before. I was never that good at math, but there's something about that excitement that's so...
Yeah, he's like replacing his addiction with another.
Right, exactly.
It's wrong. I win one bet, you look like you're gonna cry?
Up again. My super came by this morning, fucking corker on the toilet. He had some weed.
You have got to call someone before you use, not after.
I know. I just wanted to see if I could get high like a normal person.
You're not normal. Neither of us are. And on top of that, you asked me to meet you at a bar?
Yeah.
I don't think he actually smoked weed. I think he's trying to get him to cave.
See if he's going to open up to him.
25% comes from you. The other 75% of that comes from Hesh.
Jesus Christ, that's like 40 grand. You gotta be fucking kidding me, John.
Am I smiling?
You got some balls, kid. I'll give you that much.
You'll give me what I tell you to give me.
All the time.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
F that. This ain't the 70s, and I'm not a kid.
Relax. It's an expression.
Well, here's another expression. You got 5 days to give me my money.
Just give me my money.
What a suit from Syl there.
Billy, he's a boss.
Jersey? Come on, huh?
Well, I talked to Phil and Hesh about the racetrack, so when the sale goes through, they're looking at a nice piece of change.
You're kidding. That's wonderful. I wanted to show you something. You were admiring my handkerchief.
JFK?
Check out the initials.
JFK?
Bruh. No way.
You know, I have a hat of his, a captain's hat. I bought it at an auction. A lot of the friends don't like him, you know, Ruby and all that shit, but...
They were too busy focused on Maryland, they forgot about her.
We had a little thing.
When he was president?
March 61. Right before the Bay of Pigs, he insists that we join him for some affair at the Pierre Hotel.
He loves this too because it's like history.
We go in the suite. It is crawling with models, celebrities. Peter Lawford, Sinatra, Jackie Gleason.
No shit.
Yeah, I mean, he comes over. He is a perfect gentleman. Finally, at the end of the night, now get this. In the interests of national security, he says, he needs me to stay.
Oh, my God.
Since I'm wearing a sable, he needs to personally interview me. Make sure I'm not working for the Russians. Some line, huh?
Except for, you know, after the Bay of Pigs, he was probably pretty busy.
I knew there were others. I had Judy Campbell and Marilyn, of course.
This is like her peers. She's like, Maryland,
Cowboys and three little Indians.
Me.
So how you doing? You want to take off?
I'm getting killed here.
Call you tomorrow.
He's gonna get wrecked.
Yeah.
This is like a Davy situation all over again.
Get an advance or something.
So, Valentina, you love her.
First time I'm cringing.
I feel like it's been a while too since we've seen her.
Oh, the top.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, what the Show Valentina you love her.
Gotta order some flowers. Sal from the dry cleaners. His kid died. Drowned in a jacuzzi.
Oh.
7 years old. You believe it?
Bro.
Fucking tragedy.
When's the funeral? Watch him ask that.
He's gonna check the paper.
He's already gonna go.
I got another funeral. A kid. His father does my shirts.
Corrado, it has to be a relative.
It is a relative, goddammit. My old man came over with this kid's great-great-grandfather. The guy had a club foot.
That's rather tenuous, don't you think?
The whole fucking village of Avellino settled in this area. We gotta be related somewhere down the line.
Corrado.
Corrado, my balls. I gotta get out of this house. I'm going fucking star crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Can it only be funerals? You can't go.
Oh
to, like,
my God! Look
birthday?
at this man.
No.
Holy shit. You're still here? Called you all day yesterday. We're in a hand here.
I'm all in.
Oh boy.
Call.
Pair of tens.
Flush. Caught it on the river.
And
He's cleaned out.
It was the house 57.
Oh. Oh boy, he's screwed. This is Christopher's fault though.
Christopher gets a cut, right?
Hey, you think you could spot me for a while? I got some child support too.
I'll cover this. I'll give you $3,000 for incidentals. That's $60,000 altogether. Then add 2 points every week till I'm paid in fucking full.
You're charging me, Vig?
On top of the principal, it's compounded if you're late. That's $1,200 1 week from today.
I was good at math with this.
This is your problem. I will not fucking enable you.
You kind of did though. Let's be so for real.
Yeah, he said I can get you in a game.
But don't you feel like Christopher probably like thought that through, just like Tony did?
Tony did with Davey.
With Davey,
Yeah, maybe.
Bill.
Oh boy.
Bill, where you going? Hey, Tony, I gotta meet John down the restaurant. You fucking cocksucker.
What the hell?
I'm not paying him.
Oh, that's right. Hey, he got a new Cadillac, a white one this time.
Escalade, yeah.
This man driving on the opposite side of the road.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
Is it that serious right now, bro? Like,
Throw out the gelato.
Where you gonna go, huh? Where you gonna go?
Oh. Got him.
Jesus Christ. Mister, you okay in there?
That was top tier. That was.
I'll get it. My neck, Tony.
What do you think? I'm an asshole?
No. Huh? No, Tony. I can't hear you. No, please.
Jesus
My
Christ.
God.
You got 24 hours.
Such a menace.
I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of badass.
Yeah, it was.
That was kind of
Call 911. They're on their way. It's all right.
Take her upstairs, Andy.
Let's see if Junior made it.
She should probably take one of those tranquilizers.
He made it. Oh my God.
Bro, he's chilling.
the happiest dude at any funeral. So great.
Look, he's smiling, bro.
We should go, Junior.
Relax. We just got here.
Oh my God.
Chicken's nice and spicy, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, bro. Is he gambling online? Could you do that back then?
I don't know.
Oh, he's got an Emmy right there.
Oh yeah, he does.
Where you been?
Working, man. I got those TV pitch meetings. I was gonna call you.
Yeah, playing games on his laptop.
None of this adds up, though.
Yeah.
If he was still doing the TV stuff, what the hell is he doing in Jersey?
Right.
So I feel like he's lying.
Where's my money?
Oh my God.
I don't have it yet.
Went to
But you
Atlantic
went to
City?
AC.
I have a meeting next week with Rene Bolsay, Dick Wolf's right-hand guy. He likes my stuff. He told my agent. I'm gonna be on staff.
I got out of that business because people f you over. John Favreau, faggot cocksucker, tried to steal my ideas.
John Favreau seeing this.
I'll be back tomorrow. Don't make me a jerk off.
My new kicks, Bottega Veneta, marked down to only $600.
She got Bottega.
Thought you were paying your phone bill.
Oh.
I should have, I know. But it's been so long since I've been able to treat myself.
Why do I get the feeling she's playing him?
Well, this is what Hesh kind of mentioned before, right? You know, she always rubbed him the wrong way.
So?
He's back.
And he brought a friend.
Yeah, good morning to you, too.
You got it?
Jesus, you are a fucking trip. This is fucking Pulp Fiction. Am I supposed to be afraid?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Should see it. It's a good movie.
Need more time. I don't have the money.
Then fucking get it.
Chris, you know me. What could you possibly do to me that I haven't already been through?
I'm positive we'll think of something.
Oh my God.
Damn.
And 66
Oh
years
my God, this guy?
after taking those sacred vows,
He was just at a funeral.
Nicolo struggled without her, finally succumbing to irredeemable loss.
Sorry. Yeah, look at Junior. He's just so content.
How much they went through together.
Dude, it's him smirking. It's just...
We take comfort knowing they're together again, seated at the foot of our Lord. Let us
Oh, damn. I read that so wrong then.
bless her now, women, and bless
Look at AJ's face, bro.
Junior, what's the matter?
Oh, this fucking shit. What's the point? I can't take it anymore.
It's a fucking Emmy. It's gold plated.
Damn, bro. It looks rough.
Look, I told you $15.
$15 is crazy.
If you had an Oscar, maybe I could give you something. An Academy Award. But TV.
Wasn't respected as much.
That's crazy.
I got a laptop in my car.
Yeah, okay. Cool. I'll check that out.
From your friend. All 1,200.
He give you a hard time?
Hardest thing was keeping him awake. He's hitting the vein, nodding out.
Son of a fucking bitch.
Oh, so he is using.
Yeah, this is the money from the closing. The racetrack. It's 150 grand.
That's great. Your dad and I drove down the shore. It was a couple of months before he died. We stopped at a liquor store. He had to pee. I needed some cigarettes. And anyway, the man behind the counter was blind. Your dad looks at him.
Oh, wait a minute. This is after my dad got sick?
Yeah.
My dad caught emphysema and you kept smoking?
He didn't mind.
You could barely breathe. We had the oxygen tent set up right in the house. I mean, Jesus Christ, even my mother quit.
I offered to stop. I mean, he didn't want me to. He was fine with it, really.
All right, whatever. Finish your story.
What happened to the hearing?
What hearing?
Wasn't she hard of hearing?
Oh, yeah, that is true. Like, all of a sudden, it disappeared.
Yeah.
The hat I told you about. JFK.
Look at this. May I?
Yeah.
Oh. Happy birthday.
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
To you.
She doing the happy birthday, Mr. President shit.
To you. Happy birthday.
I'm guessing this is why someone said it was cringe.
Mr. President.
It was just as cringe in Breaking Bad.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh my. Oh, he hated that. Yeah.
They hired some kid from Yale.
Didn't hire no one, bro.
How many times have you shot up?
5, 6. I thought I had it under control. I lost it.
You were doing so good, now you fucked it all up.
Where do you get the right?
We're in the program. You're gonna use, why didn't you call your sponsor?
I couldn't get him.
So why the fuck didn't you call me?
I wonder why.
Yeah, but I don't fucking live with my mistress. I mean, his fucking slippers. You know, when I left there, I started thinking about it. When I was, 16 years old, my son's age. I came home from school and there was this note from my Aunt Quinn. My mother had been pregnant with another kid after my sister Barbara. Well, she started bleeding. I was supposed to find my father and get him over there ASAP. I called every number I had. I left messages all over town. And finally, that night, called me back.
He was with her.
Yeah.
Anthony, what's the matter?
Ma's in the hospital. I think she was bleeding. The baby.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit. I'm tied up. But I'm gonna get over to the hospital right away.
Came and got me the next morning. Went over to the hospital, walked into her room.
No, you're okay. Your life is just so wonderful and okay.
Oh, this casting is really good for Olivia.
Where were you last night?
I was at the Yankee game.
Dog.
What do you take me for, an idiot?
Oh, Lee, that's not true. I picked up Anthony from school. We went to the game. Nicky gave us the tickets.
You're a goddamn liar.
I swear to God, Lee, the car broke down. The timing belt. We had to stay at Cousin Jimmy's.
See the resemblance between Tony and making excuses?
Yeah.
He just made up like 3 excuses within one story. Oof, using his kid to lie to.
Where were you last night, Anthony?
We were at Cousin Jimmy's, Ma.
She could have fucking died from a miscarriage.
Jesus.
Fuck her.
Was there any blame on his part? This man you emulate? The lies? The betrayals with other women? This is very important. Your mother had her faults. But after all this time, what should we do with the old woman? Burn her at the stake? You need to forgive her and move on.
Good advice.
She made my father give my dog away.
I thought your father was a big tough guy.
Probably didn't want to hear her bullshit anymore. Gave my dog away to his girlfriend's kid. Big fucking deal. If it was up to her, she would have had it killed.
Still can't like see like the bigger picture every fucking time.
Book value 17 grand. I'll knock that off the principal.
love this car.
So you'll get another one? I'll see you when you get out of rehab. We'll figure out the rest of the payments. You can do this, man. I have faith in you. There's no chemical solution to a spiritual problem.
It feels like Christopher preyed on this guy, like you were talking about with the disgusting.
That medicine stopped working. I took more and it didn't do shit.
Medications like cooking, sometimes we just need to adjust the ingredients.
Who gives a shit? It's so fucking blue.
Well, what do you expect? All you do is go to funerals all the time.
Kind of right.
My life is only death. I'm living in a grave. I beat prison, and for what? I have no children. Will somebody please explain this to me?
There's got to be a Reddit thread with the count of how many times they cut to breasts in this show.
Nice, huh?
Nice. She was JFK's girlfriend for like 3 years.
No shit.
Right, I remember hearing about her.
He'd have her up to the White House on the weekends when his wife was out of town. This woman was like a princess. I'll tell you what. For a while there, Jackie Kennedy thought the marriage was over.
Oh, he's embellishing. He's bullshitting.
Mm-hmm.
That was an interesting episode.
That was a really good episode, I thought.
It's another one of those deviations for sure, but yes.
Yeah, starting off with Abe, because you were about to dive into some right after the reaction. What did you think this episode was?
I thought it was the therapy scenes in this episode were super crucial because, again, it was trying to get to the center and core of why Tony is the way that he is. We saw a lot. We very rarely see these flashbacks. We saw flashbacks from Tony's childhood, the relationship that his dad had with his mistress, the really sad event of his dad skipping out on being there for his mother who was in the hospital having a miscarriage because he was with his mistress and lying about it. And all I thought about in that moment, and I think you guys would agree, is this is literally Tony. This is exactly how Tony is in his day-to-day now. He lies about not being there or being absent or however it is to his wife, which completely ended his marriage. So it was and then you get to see a little bit about Livia. Yeah, we knew she was kind of crazy this entire time, but maybe she, for lack of a better way to say it, had good reason for that. And then I think for me, the other thing that I was thinking about is thinking about Carmela. Now, after seeing this episode, I wonder if in her mind, it's I have two choices. I end this marriage and, break all of this hard work that we've done and, split up and affect the kids in a negative way. Or I go down the Livia road where I become this bitter old woman who is constantly angry at the world because of the situation that I'm in and I don't do anything and I can't do anything about it. So there was so many things spiraling through my mind at the center of who Tony is. And I think Dr. Melfi tried to address that in this episode. And all we saw after that is him kind of
blaming his mom,
brushing the core of what she was trying to say away, and neglecting, when they get to the center of a really crucial problem that he's having, he just cannot face it head on.
Yeah,
that's what I saw.
Yeah, no, he can't. I just think it's... Do you guys think that deep down Tony knows when Dr. Melfi starts to hone in at the root of the problem, when he starts to get to that confrontation, deep down, do you guys believe that Tony knows?
He's way smarter than what we're seeing here. It's not like he's not understanding what she's saying. He's choosing actively not to engage in the points that she's making. He's choosing actively not to do the work. He always, the thing I think of that's super ironic about his character, he's always saying oh, this person's bitching and moaning and da-da-da-da-da. And he does the exact same thing in therapy. He doesn't face the actual problems and get to the root cause of his issues. All he wants to do is complain. When she tried to get to the core of the problem, he just flipped it to well, she gave my dog away, blaming his mom, which it was probably more his dad's fault in that time anyway. But he needed a scapegoat. He needed somebody to point the finger at, and the finger couldn't be pointed at his father or himself, two people that he sees in high esteem or likes to think so,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and about his father's mistress. Charlie, what do you think that his mistress, Tony's father's mistress, represented in this episode? Do you think there was a symbolism with her?
In a way, I kind of almost feel like he's like seeing a mirror of himself through her. Not directly of like him and his doing, but like he's seeing the problems that she brought into his family dynamic and like what his father did. Yeah. So I'm seeing like him having a reflection of like his father's position, how it affected his family, and then how he realizes that he's doing the same thing. He has several mistresses, and it's affecting his family in the same way.
Yeah.
And so I think she's almost like a mirror. And that's why I think we saw that look at the end, that he looked like he did not look
content.
He didn't look happy with after the whole happy birthday thing, as cringe as it was. But
so cringe.
I think maybe that's him like realizing like, damn, this is like, I'm causing this with my family in a way.
But again, like all he knows is the defense mechanisms that his dad used as a kid, right? He was even taught to lie in these sorts of situations. So all he does is create more lies in his world, right? Like he's been spending all this time with this woman, and I guess when it comes up in conversation with his buddies, he's got to embellish. He's got to, make things a little up, make things up a little bit.
Like 10 times bigger.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, all to kind of, take away from the actual feeling that he had with that woman, because the face of discontent he had at the end of the episode reminded me of the face of discontent he had when she was singing the happy birthday. Like that face that he made after was like, it was almost like he was disgusted. And I think also the symbolism is like, using somebody for material, means, you know what I mean? So it was very clear that she was using Johnny. In this case, she was using Tony, and I think a little bit of that he felt towards the end of the episode, but he didn't want to admit it. And I think he's felt that about other people in his life as well, outside of his direct family, outside of Carmela and the kids.
All the women that he gets involved with are very materialistic.
Them and his friends and the men. You know what I mean? We went through the episode recently this season where, Carmela basically says to him, like, people are scared of you, afraid of you, and you pay them and whatever. And that's the only reason that they laugh at your jokes or they respect you and whatever. Like all of that.
And so I feel like even though he had a moment of like kind of like disgust with her, close to the end there, I think at the same time he still like praises her and speaks highly of her because of that memory that he had where his mother hated her, and he hates his mother so much that he can't hate this woman, even though it's a completely wrong situation. He defends his father at all costs,
right?
So
100%.
It's so interesting to me, that dynamic of him. When it comes to him confronting anything of his past, his mechanism always to go, nah, but my father is, he was the same. He was the perfect person. And why do you think Tony always does that? Like, what is the cause of that?
I mean, it's so clear in this episode that he emulates everything that his father does. Even Melfi says it. Even the flashback that we see where he basically lies because his dad tells him to, and we are able to see him do that in all these other episodes. It's because he realizes at his core he is just like his father, and he does not want to confront the fact that he is a bad person, which then would be confronting the fact that his father is a bad person.
Yeah. Plus that, like the whole thing of his father's like a legend in the mob and all that stuff, and he has like this big reputation, so he has like that natural admiration for his father as well.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. And then we see Uncle Junior in this episode. That was fascinating to say, in the sense of he wanted some freedom, and he found a loophole where he could go to any funeral he wanted because it was an excuse to get out of the house 5 hours. But we saw that kind of take a mental toll on him, and it looks like it was really affecting him at the beginning. But I'm just wondering, do you guys think it was, or was it other aspects? But why? What's that with you with Tony and with Uncle Junior in this episode?
I feel like with Junior, I mean, it was very clear that he's been feeling stuck this entire time, and the only, lever that he has to pull to get out of that is through funerals. And although in the beginning he's like, "Oh my God, this is great," and we see a little bit of a weird, reaction from him. He's like, he's like the happiest person at every funeral because it's the only time that he can get out and like interact with people and be outside of the house and act like, I guess, kind of like a normal person. He ends up seeing at the end of this episode and feeling, I think, once it's somebody that's much closer to him, that like he's surrounded by, his life is a dead end. It's a dead end in his house. He cannot leave. He cannot go anywhere. And it's a literal dead end because the only other time that he can leave and go anywhere is via death, through death of people close to him or loved ones. And I think that caused him to kind of spiral a little bit. And we know that he's facing some mental battles. He's already facing a little bit of depression and everything. And I think that just all culminated in this like moment of a bit of panic and like extreme depression for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Charlie, what has stood out with you with Uncle Junior in this episode?
Similar to what he was saying. I think like it was the one way he can get out. And like at first he was enjoying it because he's out of the house. He gets to eat different foods and stuff, but it becomes very repetitive after a while.
Yeah.
And it's also like he comes to realize that it's like a morbid event, a sad event.
Yeah.
There's nothing positive about it. And it's getting to him because it also symbolizes like, this is the rest of your life. You're trapped and then you're going to die. Mm-hmm. And he has to basically like, it's almost like he's watching his own funeral over and over and over again.
Oh, he's watching what his end is going to be. Like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, there's nothing else to look forward to except for this, for his own funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so for him, the moment of freedom is when he goes to a funeral, which represents death. So that's the only time he's going to be free again is when he dies.
Yeah.
So
really well said. Really well said.
Really sad.
There is this Christopher dynamic with his friend, and Charlie, you said something interesting where you talked about how this could also resemble what Tony did to Davy. And I want you to go into that more and what stood out with you in that dynamic.
Well, there's no way that Christopher didn't, see that coming in a way. Because he knows the guy makes money, right? Works in TV and stuff like that. And so once he starts like bringing up all this conversation of gambling and stuff, Christopher's going to be like, oh, well, I can bring you in. And I'm assuming like, I don't know how it works, but I'm assuming that if you like bring somebody into the game, you get a certain cut. So Christopher's going to pocket off of that on top of the interest that he's also charging his friend for not having the money to pay him.
Yep.
So I think he was just taking advantage of him, to be honest. Like, I think he was doing the exact same thing that Tony did.
Yeah.
And it shows that they have no remorse.
I think even further than just sensing it, it almost felt like he preyed on it. Like he was like seeing that this guy is like, if I relapse, this guy seems like he's clearly going to relapse. When he's trying to suss him out and being like, you were hot for something. He's like, oh, some girl, blah, blah, blah. But he couldn't see any sort of, signs that he was using or anything. So I think in his mind, he was smart enough to realize, like, what's the other addiction that this guy could possibly go for if it's not alcohol, sex, drugs, gambling. So I think he realized that and saw, like, man, how could I make this work in my favor? Now the guy owes the house $57K or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now he's gonna get interest upon that and all that stuff. Like it's a way to make money. And I think it's like you almost get disgusted looking at Christopher in that light. But at the end of the day, I don't think he cares about that guy. I think he cares about what that guy is able to provide for him in terms of, money in the future and all that stuff. But he's keeping him close a little bit. It's like it felt very Tony-esque.
Yeah, y'all think Tony would be proud of Christopher in the way he acted in this?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if he would like. It's weird because I don't know if they would be like outwardly proud, but like I think Tony would be like, huh, yeah, okay. Because like if you look at it at face value, it's a really shitty thing to do. But the way that he was like, don't worry, take care of yourself, go to rehab, we'll figure out the payments later, felt very Tony-esque. Of like,
and he's going to inherit Tony's position at some point, right? That's the plan.
Oh yeah, it's Tony's plan. Yeah.
So you have to kind of like step up your game and like show that, you can play people and that you're in the business fully.
Yeah.
So
true. The other thing we saw here, I don't know where else we wanted to go with that view, but the dynamic between Phil Leotardo, And Tony, I think we got one of the most like hilarious, badass scenes of Tony like confronting somebody, making him crash into the car, pulling him up and being like, "Oh, mister, you okay?" To me, that was like perfect, top tier. And, you know, the reaction that Phil had when Johnny Sack was telling him how much to pay, being like, this guy's from Jersey, whatever. I felt a little bit of like the older generation being like, oh, the new generation doesn't respect.
Yeah.
And Tony was like, nip that in the bud right away. He's like, oh, you're gonna ignore me and not, you know, pay attention to who, like me basically trying to confront you for money. Cool, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think it was very significant that Johnny Sack was really quiet when he said that.
The Jersey thing.
Yeah, he was just like,
mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, you don't know Tony Soprano, like you don't know what this guy is capable of.
I think it's that, and I also think it's a little bit. I do think a little bit that the New York crew looks down on the Jersey.
Oh, 100%. I think so too.
So I think that part of it was like, you know, slightly agreeing with Phil, but also being recognizing that Tony is a bit of a savage, and you don't want to mess with that.
Yeah. So again, that dynamic of New York, New Jersey is going to be. I want to see more of it. They've been teasing it, you know, throughout this entire season. We got some of it in this episode.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes further.
100%. Just a last comment from me is like, again, I see all the Vince Gilligan and Peter Gould influence from The Sopranos into Breaking Bad. Like they literally took the whole like Happy Birthday, Mr. President. Which every time I rewatch Breaking Bad, I have to skip that part because it's way too cringe for me. And if I rewatch this show and I get to this, best believe I'm skipping it because it's so damn cringe.
Y'all gonna see my facial expressions in that scene. I
did. I looked at you. That's why I started laughing at one point because I looked at you. I was dying. It's good. It's good on first watch because it's like it really impresses upon you the cringe. But you know, on a rewatch, I'm gonna skip that 'cause I couldn't do it anymore. Hers was even more cringe than I think Skylar's was in that one. Like this was way worse. Yeah. That's it for me.
With that being said, y'all, thank you so much for watching and listening to this episode. We love you guys and see you soon for more Tony Tuesday. Stay beautiful, y'all.
See ya.